Now at 10, a partial building collapse in Girard raises safety concerns and a discussion about the city's role in maintaining its buildings. And the work behind the screams at a Southwest Missouri haunted house.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The FDA today all but cleared the way for children ages 5 to 11 to get kid-sized doses of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. And a vaccine mandate for New York City employees, including police and firefighters, is going into effect, but not without a fight. Michael George reports from New York.
Vaccinating younger children against COVID-19 will bring us closer to returning to a sense of normalcy.
The FDA's emergency use authorization makes Pfizer's vaccine the nation's first to get the green light for children ages 5 to 11. This week, an FDA advisory panel said the expected benefits of the Pfizer shots, with just a third of the dose teens and adults receive, far outweigh the risks.
As a mother and as a physician, I know parents, caregivers, school staff, and children have been waiting for today's authorization.
With final approval from the CDC expected Tuesday, some 28 million children would be eligible to receive their first shot as early as next week. Meanwhile, New York City officials are scrambling to avoid a shortage of firefighters, police, sanitation, and other essential workers as a vaccine mandate takes effect. Those who haven't had at least one dose by Monday face being placed on unpaid leave.
We must stop COVID. And the way to do that is vaccination, and that must include our public employees. In fact, they need to lead the way.
The mandate from Mayor Bill de Blasio has sparked protests, lawsuits, and warnings from police and firefighters unions.
New York City is going to come to a crisis on Monday morning. Response times are going to go through the roof.
All but about 12% of New York City workers are at least partially vaccinated, but about 20% of the police department and nearly 30% of the fire department are not. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Kids receiving Pfizer's vaccine would get 2 shots 3 weeks apart. Doug Hetty looking forward to a nicer weekend.
Yeah, it would be nice to get a little bit of sunshine out there. We haven't had any sun since Monday, except if you live in Kansas or Oklahoma. You got a little bit of sun late in the day today. Clouds are breaking up, but we also have some patchy fog building in, so be careful if you're going to be on the roadways. High temp, only 51. You can see our temperatures really didn't go anywhere today, only a 3-degree variance. Normal high is 66 degrees, but all the clouds, all the rain working out of here, so we look pretty good, but it's going to be cold tonight. These are frost advisories. Kansas and Oklahoma, temperatures will stay just above that mark in southwestern Missouri. That is why there isn't a frost advisory in southwestern Missouri. But temperatures dropping, mid to upper 40s right now. I think we'll drop into the upper 30s a little bit later on tonight. We'll start at about 40, 50 by 10, 59 by noon. High temp, looks great, 63. We'll look at Halloween, our next chance for rain here in just a bit.
See you then. A building collapse in the Girard, Kansas City Square forces closures and a business relocation. The owners of the Pearl and Curls Boutique and Sheer Expressions hair salon say a building collapse that happened to a neighboring structure in the Girard Square has cost them money. The salon was forced to shut its doors while the boutique is currently renting another location to stay in business. Both of these owners say they're especially frustrated because they've complained to their city council repeatedly about the need to enforce building codes and keep the square in good shape. But they also say at the most recent city council meeting, they felt their concerns were heard, and Girard's mayor says the city could develop a new working relationship with businesses on the square.
Suggested starting like a downtown business organization, which the city would be involved in. Our city attorney said that he would want to be involved in to make sure things were done, you know, in a legal way, but we're willing to work with them.
Girard's mayor also says the owner of the collapsed building tells him an engineer is being called in to find out what needs to be done to get that building usable again. But the city does not have a timeline for that. A Joplin man gets life in prison for murder. Last month, a jury convicted Stephen Thompson of killing Carissa Garrard and critically injuring his estranged wife, Christina Thompson, in 2015. Today, a judge in Jasper County handed down Thompson's sentence. He gets life in prison without the possibility of parole for first-degree murder. Thompson also got a total of 130 years on other charges to be served consecutively. Still ahead, it's not easy being creepy. A lot of work goes into creating scares, and tonight we're going to learn what goes on behind the screams to make your haunted house visit especially spooky. With Halloween just a couple of days away now, a lot of people might want to get into the spirit by going into a haunted house. But how much work goes into setting one of those things up? Well, KOAM's SARCOXIE spoke with the owners and cast of a haunted house in Carl Junction to find out what it has the special reason that causes them to put one of these on every year.
It's that time of year when people of all ages get into the Halloween spirit. Here in the 4 states, many do that at a haunted house.
So if you just go right down the road, you're going to find 2 more haunted houses. If you go just right up the road a little bit, you're going to find another one. If you go into Parsons, you're going to find one.
These houses that open every year don't happen overnight. In fact, Maggie Etris, the owner of Wolfman's House of Screams, says she started planning next year's haunt before the current season even ends.
So we just start planning what would look good, what would be good. So we just write all that down, and then we get the materials.
The name of this haunted house hits close to home for Etris.
Wolfman's has been around since 2003 by my dad, the Reggie the Wolfman Pippin, and he did most of the hard work. And so I've been doing this with him since I was in junior high. And so he dressed me up. He always dressed up like the Wolfman.
For other longtime cast members like Glenn Reinman, who's been doing this for 16 out of the 18 years this haunted house has run, it's about making sure everyone, especially the kids, can enjoy the scary fun.
For my friend. You know, he asked me to do it. Been here ever since. Reggie's thing was he wanted the kids to enjoy it, to you know, understand what it's all about. It's just all fun.
So they work together all year long to put on a good show for Halloween for their loved one's memory.
Anything I can do to give back to the community, and I can use my dad's memory to do that, is what we do.
In Carl Junction, Bronte SARCOXIE, KOAM News.
The haunted house runs on volunteers, and the owner says they work to make it bigger and better every year in her father's memory. Doug's going to be right back with the complete forecast. First, though, we take time to honor a local veteran. Staff Sergeant Abe Thompson served in the U.S. Army. His hometown, Pittsburgh, and we are proud to salute Staff Sergeant Abe Thompson. He's tonight's 4-state hero. You know, you can learn about lots of other heroes all across the area. You can also nominate a hero of your own anytime. It's very simple to do. You just go to our website and click on the link. It's KOAMnewsnow.com.
Another gloomy day for us today, but it is Friday. We're heading into the weekend. We got rid of the rain, which is good news, and we're actually going to see pretty good weather as we head into Saturday and also on Sunday. Now, this is a live shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. You see the fog? I guess you don't because the camera just dropped. But we had fog out there, so be careful if you are going to be out as we go through the overnight hours tonight into the morning hours. All right, only 3/100ths of an inch of rain. This is early this morning. Since then, just light showers and sprinkles. But look at this, for the month, almost 8 inches. That is a lot of rain. We're in the new pattern, so this is kind of evident of what we're going to see for the next 11 months. And we are almost 7 inches above normal for this time of the year. Temperatures cooling down. We're sitting mainly mid 40s across the board, eventually upper 30s to near 40 degrees. The winds are diminishing, so with calm winds and all that moisture, that's why we're getting some patchy fog across the region. Currently outside, 47, calm winds, humidity climbing, sitting at 90%. Also frost advisories on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side. Temps will stay just above that mark in southwestern parts of Missouri, so that's why we don't have frost advisories. But the clouds, showers, working out of here, this whole storm system, the eastern third of the country. But if you look out to the west, not a lot going on. That's our weather as we go through the next couple days. 37 to about 40 tonight, so it's going to be cold, but Saturday is going to be fantastic. Sunny skies, not very windy. We'll start at 40, 58 by noon. High temp is 63. Northerly winds at about 5 to 10. Tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, look okay. A little chilly again. We drop back near 40. Have a few more clouds on Sunday, which is Halloween. We also have a cold front that slips through during the morning hours, but it's not going to affect our temperatures too much. I still think we'll make it up right around 60 by the time we head into Sunday afternoon. Let's look at trick-or-treating. Really can't ask for much of a better evening. Sun setting 6 p.m. about 56, 52 by 8, down to 48 by 10. And then it looks like clouds will increase and rain chances will re-enter the forecast early next week. 63 tomorrow, 60 on Sunday, 54, in fact, all week long. Kind of chilly, kind of rainy, back into the 50s for highs.
We have this narrow window to mow the lawn, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's going to be soggy, though.
So you may shoot for Sunday.
Yeah, maybe. Thanks, Doug. Hey, Doug and I are getting out of here now, so we can turn it over to Sports Director Jacob Leonard. Friday night football action straight ahead.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into Week 10 of 4-State Friday Night. I'm KOAM Sports Director Jacob Leonard. It's playoff time for both Southeast Kansas and Southwest Missouri. We're going to jump straight into it with the Joplin Eagles at home tonight, kicking off the Class 6 District 3 bracket against Lee's Summit. Now, Joplin 8-1 coming into the playoffs, but their only loss being to undefeated Carthage. Now, Lee's Summit with the ball opening drive, good coverage there from Draven Van Gilder. Turnover on downs. On Joplin possession now, Hobbs Gooch looks for Tyler Dooley. Intercepted in the end zone though. Max Cates comes up with it for Lee's Summit. Second quarter now. Joplin pinned on their own goal line. Fumble on the play. Tigers recover, and that's a touchdown. Not a good start for Joplin. They're down 7-0, but Donovan Fowler returns the kickoff 97 yards to the house. That ties the game. Eagles back in striking distance. Gooch heaves it to the end zone. It's Terrence Gibson there for the grab. This one needed overtime, but the Eagles come out on top 24-21. Moving to Southeast Kansas, the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons kick off the postseason with a home game tonight against KC Turner. Now, Pittsburgh is 5-3 heading into the 5A playoffs, but they do have a little momentum, winning 4 of their last 5. Now, the Purple Dragons looking to get by the Golden Bears and earn a chance to play for a regional title. Pittsburgh keeps KC Turner off the board, starts their first drive off pretty quickly. Toss goes to Grant Rolfs. He'll follow his blockers around the outside down the field. That one called back due to holding, though, doesn't really matter. Very next play, Rolfs takes the toss, going down the other sideline into the end zone. Pittsburgh on the board first. After stopping the KC Turner drive again, Pittsburgh with the ball. It's Rolfs again, takes the handoff, makes his way inside the 5. They would walk it in on the next play. Dragons up 14-0. It was pretty much all Pittsburgh. Dragons with the ball again. Jackson McKechnie races down the sideline and into the end zone. That extends the Pittsburgh lead, and if that wasn't enough, start of the second, KC Turner with the pass, but Andrew O'Doherty picks it off. He'll walk in for 6. Pittsburgh all over KC Turner tonight. Final score 63-0. In Class 4A, the Chanute Blue Comets, pretty hot heading into the playoffs. They're 7-1 on a 7-game winning streak. Their playoff opener tonight, Chanute rolls again over Bonner Springs, 57-14. They move on to face either Tonganoxie or Bishop Miege for a regional title next week. Well, the Girard Trojans finished off a perfect regular season last week, beating Frontenac 13-6. And with that win, the Trojans earned a district championship and are 8-0 heading into the playoffs. Now, Girard gets a home game to kick off the 3A postseason tonight, hosting the Caney Valley Bullpups. Now, the Bullpups, out of the Tri-Valley, enter this one at 5-3. First quarter, Luke Nigaman floats it to Ethan Davidson. He pulls it in, but then loses it. Ref's like, that's a catch, right? Yeah, it's a catch. 2 plays later, Nigaman to the air again. This time it's Gage Davenport in the end zone. 12-yard touchdown makes it 7-0. The next Girard possession, Ethan Davidson goes back to work. Check this out. Davidson just blows over a guy. Big gain, first down. Trojans would give it back to Davidson to finish off the drive. He gets loose on the far side. 20-yard touchdown. Girard up 14-0 after 1, and they continued to roll. Trojans cruise by Caney Valley 35-8. And Girard gets the winner of this one for a regional title next week. Parsons tries to push its winning streak to 4 games in the first round against Prairie View. This one was a really good one. It was really tight, but Parsons wins 28-26. The Vikings face undefeated Girard for a regional title next week. It's always fun when these two get together. Columbus and Frontenac squaring off in the first round of the 3A playoffs. Why is it so dark, you ask? Had some lights out, okay? Raiders up in the third, fourth down for Columbus. Cruz Blair gets back there before they can get the double pass off. Turnover on downs. Now ensuing drive, Raiders have a fourth down of their own. We got a Philly special situation here. Goes back to Colin McCartney for the first down. And Mario Mangini finishes the drive with a 3-yard touchdown. That gets the Frontenac lead to 20. The Titans try to get back in it. It's Gabe Martin on the run here. He picks up 20 and the first down. But Frontenac gets a play on defense. Brady Stanley flies in for the interception. Raiders moving on. They beat Columbus tonight 26-6. The Galena Bulldogs are on a roll heading into the postseason. The Bulldogs finished the regular season on a 7-game winning streak, including a 37-16 win over Baxter Springs last week to clinch a district title. And Galena is at home tonight, opening the 3A playoffs with a matchup against Burlington. Now Galena with the ball. Brett Sarwinski keeps it. Short run into the end zone. Bulldogs score first, up 6-0. Now here Sarwinski takes it himself again. Going up the middle. Nobody catches him. He's in for another score. That extends the lead to 12-0. Second quarter, Sarwinski will go through the air now. Connects with Zane Turner. Turner turns on the wheels, finishes off the long score. Galena takes the win tonight big time, 50-6 over Burlington. In Class 4A, tough one for the Fort Scott Tigers to open up the playoffs on the road against 7-1 Atchison. Fort Scott fought all night, but not able to get the upset, falling 14-6. The Tigers finished the year with a 1-8 overall record. Well, we got to take our one and only break here on 4-State Friday night. When we come back, we go back to Missouri for playoff highlights out of McDonald County and Diamond. Plus, NEOSHO hosts a rematch against Willard to kick off the postseason. We'll have that and more after this. The McDonald County Mustangs are the number 2 seed in the Class 4 District 6 bracket. And they earned that 2 seed by going 8-1 in the regular season, with their only loss coming to defending state champion Lamar. Now, the Mustangs open the playoffs at home tonight against Monette. The winner gets Hillcrest in the district semifinals. Early on, Cole Martin goes to the air, finds Jack Parnell. Parnell does the rest, cruises in for the score, 7-0 home team. Then Mustangs get a play on defense. Jared Mora comes up with the interception. Little return down the far side for Mora, and that sets up this. Martin keeps it, finishes the drive with a touchdown. McDonald County pushes their lead to double digits. To the second quarter now, Martin and the Mustangs sticking with the pass game. Destin Dowd on the far side, all alone in the end zone for the long score. Then check this one out. Martin goes back to Jack Parnell, airs it out here. Parnell makes a nice contested grab in the end zone. All McDonald County tonight. They shut out Monette 35-0. Class 4 District 7 quarterfinal here. Nevada sits at 7-2 coming into the playoffs, hosting the KC East Bears. Tigers roll in this one. Check it out, 64-6. Nevada faces Bolivar in the district semifinals next week. Well, the Neosho Wildcats won 1 game in the regular season, beating Willard 21-14. Now, that's the not so great news. The good news is that even with just that 1 win, Neosho has still earned a home game to begin the Class 5 District 6 playoffs. And guess who they get? It's Willard. The Tigers back in town. The winner of this one gets the lucky prize of going to Carthage next week. A couple minutes into this one, Quentin Hughes drops back. It was a bomb downfield to Isaiah Green. Gets Neosho to about the 5. Jared Seiler finishes the drive. Goes through the middle for the touchdown. Wildcats up 7-0. Later on in the first, Willard takes over. Kenyon Nixon with the nice throw. Right over the middle for Brett Hall. And a couple plays later, Marcus Duncan fights through the block, gets the sack. That backs Willard up a little bit. Wouldn't matter though. Willard keeps driving this one. Handed off to Owen Bushnell. 10-yard rushing score. We're all tied up at 7. Sticking around in the first here, Neosho has it near the 50. Play breaks up. Hughes scrambles, but Willard catches him. Alex West gets the sack. Willard pours it on from there. They end the Wildcats season winning 56-35. Class 2 District 4, East Newton at home in the first round against El Dorado Springs. El Dorado Springs takes care of business tonight, 41-6. The Bulldogs move on to face the top-seeded, undefeated Lamar Tigers in the district semifinals next week. The Diamond Wildcats and Sarcoxie Bears met just 2 weeks ago in the regular season, with Diamond coming out on top 28-14 on senior night. Now, those two teams meet again tonight, with only one of them moving on to play next week. Diamond and Sarcoxie hit the field this evening, Class 1 District 4 quarterfinals. Hunter Schallenberger here takes the snap, on the move quickly down the field, all the way to the house. Wildcats take the first lead of the night. They're up 7-6. Still in the second, Noah Garrison takes the handoff, gets downfield with a little stiff arm. That adds to the Bears' lead. It's 14-6. Now with 4 seconds left until half, Blake Heckmaster takes it in the score. Bears up 20-7. Now Sarcoxie tries for 2, and they would get it. Bears go to break up 22-7, and they would finish it 28-13. Sarcoxie moves on to face Marionville in the district semifinals next Friday. Now that's all the time we have here tonight. Be sure to switch over to our sister station, Fox 14, for Press Box. That show will air as soon as our newscast wraps up after Game 3 of the World Series. That show's 30 minutes. It's all football, so we'll have even more high school football highlights and scores from all across the area. For now, though, we got to get out of here. Thanks for staying up late with us. We'll see you right back here next Friday.